there's something that turns me on, all right, TMI guys, but it's books. You know, sometimes people will really hate something. I'm like, oh, but I don't think you understand the bigger concept. I don't know. Controversial sometimes, maybe. You know, I'm bringing me, okay? I'm bringing me to Booktube. You're welcome. Glad we got that settled. Okay. Hey guys, until somebody picks me up to sponsor me like a VPN or whatever, this video is sponsored by me. That's my merchandise, bunch of stuff, whatever. Links in the description down below. Enjoy the video. Hi, and welcome to my channel. This is my second Booktube video. I'm doing the newbie book tag. You know what? I didn't write down in my notes who the original person that did it is. Sorry about that. I'd first heard about it from Simone from Chasing Pages. And I know she linked it in hers. Anyways, in the description, I'll put the link down below in the description of who originally came up with it. So I'm going to answer those questions today. Or hopefully some of them, most of them. I don't know. Anyways, first one, why did you start this channel? So yeah, I've wanted to do YouTube for well over 10 years. I don't know. When reality TV was pretty hot, I wanted to like sign our family up for that, but we never did. And it's kind of unfortunate because my roof would be fixed, you know, because I still kind of have a leaky roof, but you know, it's whatever. I don't know. I like talking and I like hearing myself talk. And I feel that maybe I have some opinions to share that maybe some people agree with and maybe nobody cares, but that's okay too, because why not? Just why not? And as far as Booktube goes, I didn't even know it was a thing until sometime last year. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. I do book reviews and I've kind of slacked off, and it's been kind of hard for me to just put them out there. Sometimes I want to say more than a book review can do. And then when I started seeing that this is actually what people are doing, it's a whole community. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so much fun. So, but I didn't want to do just Booktube. So like if you looked at the other kind of videos I put out, clearly I'm doing other stuff. I'm random and I like random. I just kind of do what I want. Yeah. Okay. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Well, I noticed that there's a lot of Booktubers who are young and some who are quite a bit younger than me. I'm 41. But then I just started seeing other Booktubers like within the past week or so. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know there were guy Booktubers, and I didn't know that there were older gentlemen. It's just fascinating. It's like, okay, so the community just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's really exciting. So I would say I'm a 41-year-old white cis woman who has opinions, and that's what I bring. All right. Plus I'm a Libra, and I'm very diplomatic, I guess, in my views. So I don't know. Sometimes people will really hate something and I'm like, oh, but I don't think you understand the bigger concept. I don't know. Controversial sometimes, maybe. You know, I'm bringing me, okay? I'm bringing me to Booktube. You're welcome. Glad we got that settled. Okay. Question number 3. What are you most excited about or for this new channel? Interesting. You know what I'm most excited about? That's obviously the question. Yeah. I am most excited to review books that might not even be in circulation anymore. Okay, like, I mean, you have the classics that you can get at any time, that they're still available. But then I like these books right here. This is just what I kept, and it kept from going to storage, because when I packed away all of my books, you know, I have like 6,000, and my whole house was decorated with them. And there was a period of time where basically there just wasn't room for them anymore, which meant there wasn't room for me in my own home. And it was heartbreaking. And then I had the opportunity when one of my daughters moved out to turn her room into my office, which is where we are. And so these few books, just these couple, is what I decided to keep. So that's what I did. So I think what I'm excited about is to review books that like y'all haven't even heard of, because you guys are not you guys, but you know, the community is talking about like new releases and common favorite popular books, and I want to talk about stuff that nobody's talking about, because yeah, that I just kind of love books, guys. Okay. Why do you love reading? So besides the standard answers of like, oh, it transports me to somewhere, or it's relaxing, or it's whatever, for me, being of the witchy persuasion, and really loving the metaphor that J.K. Rowling uses for the Horcruxes, all right, splitting your soul and giving it away, and well, not giving away, but you know, just having pieces of your soul. For me, the books are basically Horcruxes of the authors. The piece of them is going to live forever. If there's something that turns me on, all right, TMI, guys, but it's books, because it's just this creative process. Like, it's so hard for me to write a really bad review for a book, because somebody still put all that creativity together, you know, somebody still like put those words into something. I mean, unless it's just absolute trash and doesn't make any sense, I don't know. It's hard for me, because I can just appreciate that creative nature. I can appreciate that that's just somebody's soul. And it's like when I had all of my books out, which is why I'm really excited to get my library built, which is going to be happening very soon. Obviously I have to finish cleaning first and packing that play area up. But when I'm around the books, or if I walk into a library, I'm like just, just get me all excited, all hot and bothered. Because just being surrounded by that fire energy, that creativity, that knowledge, like knowledge is sexy, all right? Words, creativity, all of that is so sexy to me. And like I feel their energy and their life. They're just reading somebody else's words. It just feels good. It just reaches to that, like you're reaching across time. What else does that? Like I really don't think there's anything else that comes close to what reading a book can do when you actually appreciate the reading of the book. Being able to read alone is just, you know, it was something that we weren't allowed to do for a very, very long time. And I don't know, something that was forbidden at one time that now we can do and do it as a luxury and do it freely is just beautiful. So anyways, that's my answer for that. What book or book series got you into reading? So I've been reading since I was like 2.5. The first word that I remember reading is freckles. And I don't know what book. I don't know what book that was. And I would read for a long time. I was reading for a long time. But then when I became a mom, I didn't have a lot of time to start reading. I was 16. I wasn't even 17 yet. And then I had another kid, another daughter, or another child, because I had a son first, and then I had my daughter. So like right around 18, so now I have 2 kids, and then I had my third, but I was like 20 something, 21, 22 or whatever. And, so I was busy, busy, but I was a single mom. And so between work and then taking care of the kids, and there just wasn't, I didn't feel there was time for reading, and it wasn't exactly, like all my books were in storage. So I don't know. It just wasn't a thing. And then I found Bertrice Small. And I don't even remember how I came across these 2 books of hers, but one is Enchantress Mine, and the other one I want to say is Beloved. I'm going to say it's Beloved. Yeah, it's about Zenobia. So you have Enchantress Mine, which is like this Celtic story, and then Beloved is about Zenobia, which was like an African queen. And both of them were just like, what is this? I have never read anything like this before. So she's very historical fiction, or she was. She did pass away. She's historical fiction. If you hear a scratching noise, it's really annoying. It's my tortoise. He just woke up and he's telling me he wants to get out of his tank and come play. So I do apologize if you can hear that. Anyways, what was I saying? Bertrice Small. Yeah, okay. So I read those, and then I was at a job that I was working at, and one of the ladies there, she had like the last book in the series, which is Vixens, of the Sky O'Malley Legacy series. But because it was the last book and I didn't know who the hell Sky O'Malley was, I was like, what the hell is this, right? I think I got those first 2 books at a flea market, actually. That's more than likely, because I basically grew up on flea markets. Anyways, I'm going to say Bertrice Small. That's the answer, Bertrice Small. And again, if you didn't know, I own every one of her books. Really kind of was hoping that her family would release the last one post-mortem, but that hasn't happened, and she's been gone now for quite a few years. So I don't know. But I do own all of her books, read all of them. I love her. And I would definitely say that those 2 books that so like Enchantress Mine is probably one of my favorites, but the other one, which is like my ultimate favorite, I want to say it's Hellion, but I could be totally wrong. I think it's a red book. It's on the shelf. I could totally go get it, but it's out there. It's not in here. So I don't know. It's a really good book. All of her stories are great. Kadin or Kadin, I think. So like her first book. Excellent book until you get to the very end. Like literally the last 2 pages. It's like, all right, everybody died, but life went on. What the fuck happened? I'm sorry. What the hell just happened? Yeah, anyways. So there it is. Next question. What questions... Is that the next question? Yeah. What questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? Okay, so I have 3, and I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget. Merphy Napier, and then Simone from Chasing Pages, and Read with Cindy. So Cindy from Read with Cindy. So for Merphy, she just went and switched over her format. So if this was like later on, I'd say, you know, like, are you happy that you went back to what made you happy? Even though at the time you were worried that you were going to lose views. But since she only just did that, my question for her would actually be, since I'm like new to doing YouTube in general, she did a video of the, I think the books that she hates the most or something like that. And she was saying something like it got demonetized, or I think that's what it was. And I don't understand why. Like, why? She didn't say anything bad. She didn't say anything mean. And she doesn't even cuss. Like, she doesn't say any bad words. Maybe in real life she does, but on Booktube she's so sweet that I just get the impression that, like, when I was in high school, there were girls like Merphy who I would not be friends with. And not because I didn't like them, but because they were so ridiculously sweet and just these adorable, precious, innocent people that I would stay away from because I would corrupt them. I'm like, no, honey, if I was friends with you, like, you would not stay sweet. I'm sorry. Just not. So that's why I'm like, why that video that I watched, I'm like, who the hell did that offend that they basically demonetized you? I don't know. That would be my question, is like, why did that video get demonetized? I don't know. For Simone over at Chasing Pages, I would ask her, because she's been doing it for roughly a year, like, what's been her, like, I guess, most favorite thing about doing it? Like, what has she enjoyed the most about doing Booktube? Like, what's the best part? Because she's definitely doing it and she's killing it, and I love listening to her, and she's just adorable. You know what? Her and Merphy, both absolutely adorable. Really sweet girls. They're so nice. They're so sweet. And then we have Cindy from Read with Cindy. And so she's a Libra also, and I think I've got like 20 years on her, because I know she's young. I don't know how young she is, but I know she's younger than me. And she, if there was one person's style as far as YouTube goes that I would love to emulate, yeah, it's her. It's definitely her. I think when I come out of my shell a bit more and I'm not so shy, and I've gotten over just the watching myself on video when I'm editing, because it's a bit much sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, dude, you are so dumb. But like, her style is very much like, oh my God, girl, like, we sound like twins. Totally twins. If I was in my 20s, you and me, Cindy, you and me, twinsies completely. All right. Like, if I was dead, you're my reincarnation, but I'm not dead. Not yet. So anyways, those are, I didn't even say what my question. I don't know that I would have a question for Cindy, because she's really good about commenting back when I comment on her videos. No, Cindy, yeah, when I comment on your videos, you'll comment back, but you say something where I'm like, damn, I gotta say something back. So I'll say something back, and we just don't get the dialogue, the conversation going. And I just want to know, why is that? Like, are you really that busy? I don't think so. Anyways, what challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Okay, honestly, my shyness. And I don't know if it's so much the whole Booktube thing, or if it's just the YouTube thing. But that also, and like the lighting and the making myself look not so horribly fat. Because when I look in the mirror, I do not see what you guys see. When I did my video yesterday of my yoga lesson with Stevie Steve, I did not know I was that fat. like, yo, I know how much I weigh. Okay, I know I'm a big girl. Like, if I was somebody else, I wouldn't do me. Okay, I do not find this attractive at all. That's no hate to people who are my size or bigger. If you're comfortable and you're happy, hey, all right, but I'm not happy with this. Like, yo, I can't breathe. Mind you, I was a smoker for a long time, and I did give up smoking July 20th of this year, because I thought I was having a heart attack, so I was in the hospital for a night. It wasn't that. I wasn't having a heart attack, is what I'm saying. But the hell was the point? Yeah, I don't know. I think the biggest other question, what would be my thing to overcome? Yeah, my shyness, definitely. And just learning how to edit, because it's a bit hard. But I've found that Canva, like, I always hear people talk about Canva, and I'm like, cool, yeah, they're great for thumbnails. I love them for thumbnails. Canva rocks. But I'm like, other than that, like, you just gotta dabble, right? Which is actually what I was doing with yesterday's video with the yoga lesson. I was dabbling. So when I did the little put the picture in the picture thing, like, yeah, that was on Canva. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know. I thought Canva was really only just for pictures. I didn't know it was for video and picture combined, that you could, like, do that. So that was really cool. So I'm going to attempt to dabble with that a bit. Love Slave. That's the name of the book. It's a red cover. And guess what? Editing me is going to be okay. I'm going to put that right up there. Yeah, that's good. All right. That was it. That was the newbie tag. That really didn't take that long at all. All right. Bye, guys.